So if you see this question number one, what to do in question number one, the sum of first nine terms of AP is 117. So you can simply apply the sum of n terms. So the nine terms in AP is 117. So apply the formula of sum of n terms in AP. So here n is 9. So 9 by 2. Formula is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1. So n is 9. 9 minus 1, 8. 8d. So 9 by 2 into 2a plus 8d is 117. This is given to you. So now if you take 2 common here, so inside bracket you'll have a plus 4d is equal to 117. So you can cancel 2 from here. And then you can write a plus 4d is equal to 9 ones are 9 and 9 threes are 27. So a plus 4d is equal to 13. Means fifth term of this AP will be equal to 13. Okay, and then they're asking us the sum of next four terms is 91 and the sum of next four terms. So the sum of next four terms means, so they're telling you the, see, first they give you the sum of nine terms. Okay, and then they're talking about the sum of next four terms, means 9 plus 4 means 13 terms. So they're telling you the sum of next four terms. So the sum of next four term means the sum of 13 terms, okay, minus the sum till 9 terms. Okay, that is given to you. The sum of next four terms is equal to the total sum of 13 terms minus the sum of 9 terms. So that is given to you. The sum of next four terms is 91. So the sum of next four terms is 91. The sum of first 13 terms we don't know, but I know the sum of first 9 terms was 117. So I can find the sum of first 13 terms. So the sum of first 13 terms will be 91 plus 117. This is 13 sevens, this is 13 nines. 7 plus 9 is 16. 13 into 16. Or you can write this as 9, 7 plus 1, 8. 9 plus 1, 10. This would be 208. Correct? 7 plus 1, 8. 9 plus 1, 117 plus 91. So this is 8, this is 10, 208. So the sum of first 13 terms is 208. So if the sum of first 13 terms is 208, if you again apply the same formula, n by 2 means 13 by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 means 13 minus 1, 12d. This is equal to 208. Again, if you take 2 common, you'll get 13 is equal to a plus 6d is equal to 208. So you can write a plus 6d is equal to, this will be 1 za 78 means 16 za. So now you get the two equation. So the first equation was a plus 4d is equal to 13. Next equation is a plus 6d equal to 16. So once you get these two equation, so you know that a plus 6d is 16 and a plus 4d equal to 13. So we just subtract the second equation from the first equation. 2d equal to 3, d is equal to 3 by 2 or 1.5. You get the d value. Now you can find a value. You know that a plus 4d is 13. So a plus 4d is 3 by 2 is equal to 13. So means a plus 6 is equal to 13. So your a is 7. So your a is 7, d is 1.5. What they ask you in this question, they ask you find the first term and the common difference. So your first term, what is your a? A is your 7 and d is 1.5. Now talking about question number 2, we need to find the coefficient of x square in this expansion. So if you see this, x minus 2 by x to the power 6, and we need to find the coefficient of x square. So this is nothing but we need to follow a minus b to the power 6. If you are not very confident about yourself, you can start writing Pascal law for that. So you know Pascal triangle, you can write that. If you are confident, no need to write that. You can do by NCR. So this is 1 4 6 4 1, then 1 5 10 10 5 1. For power 6, you need 1 6 15 1 6 15, then 20 15 6 1. So this is power 6. So a minus b to the power 6 is a to the power 6 minus 6 a to the power 5 b plus 15 a to the power 4 b square minus 20 a to the power 3 b to the power 3 plus 15 a square b to the power 4. Okay, then minus minus 6 a b to the power 5 plus b to the power 6. Okay, so don't, here if you notice, x is there in both the term a and b. So don't simply focus on one term, you need to focus on both the term. So you can spend 1 minute extra and you can do the expansion of this. This would be x to the power 6 minus 6, then x to the power 5, and then 2 by x, okay, plus 15 x to the power 4, then 2 by x to the power 2, okay, then minus 20 x cube, then 2 by x to the power 3 plus 15 x square, 2 by x to the power 4, then minus 6x, 2 by x to the power 5 plus 2 by x to the power 6. Now 2 by x to the power 6. Okay, now you need to focus on x square, right? So where you are getting x square, just focus on that. So if I see here I'm not getting x square, here I'll not get x square. Okay, here I'll not get x square. Okay, here if you notice, this will get cancelled. If you notice this, here I'll get 1 by x square. Okay, here I'll get 1 by x to the power 4. Here I'll get this 1 by x to the power 6. So if you notice this, okay, so if you notice this, if you just notice, so here x minus 2 by x to the power 6, this is x to the power 6 minus, this will be 12, 6 2s are 12, x to the power 4 plus 15 into 4, 60. This will be x square. You can see this would be x square. This is x to the power 4. This is 1 by x to the power 2 minus minus 20 into 8 minus 160. Then here x cube will get cancelled. Then plus 15 into 16. 15 into 16 is 240. Correct me if I'm wrong. 15 into 16 is 240. Then this is x square, x to the power 4 means x square. And then this would be 6 into 32 into 6. 32 into 6 you will get is 192, right? 192. This is by x to the power 4, and this is 64 to divide by x to the power 6. So this is the expansion of this. So you just need to focus on what? You need to focus on the coefficient of x squared. What is the coefficient of x square? So the coefficient of x square here, coefficient of x square here is 60. But I'm more. Now for the question number second, part B, if I try to solve, I need to use this x minus 2 by x to the power 6 here, and then I need to find the coefficient of x square here. So if you notice, this is, this is 2 plus 3x square, okay, and then x minus 2 by x to the power 6. Now this is 2 plus 3x square, Now if I write the expansion of x minus 2 by x to the power 6, that already I have done. This is x to the power 6 minus 12 x to the power 4 plus 60 x square minus 160 plus 240 by x square minus 192 by x to the power 4 plus 64 divided by x to the power 6. Now I just need the coefficient of x square. So because I need just the coefficient of x square, okay, because I need the coefficient of x square, so I'll see where there's a possibility of getting x square. So if I see this 2 with 2, if I see the possibility of x square, where is the possibility of x square here, right? So 2 into 60 x square, I'll get the x square, correct, right? Then none other case I'll get x square, right? Then with 3 3x square, where is the possibility of getting x square? I'll get here with minus 160. Okay, so if I see this, so this is 120 x square minus 163 is 480 minus 480 x square. So if you see, this is minus 360 x square. So the coefficient of x square here, coefficient of x square here is minus 360. Now we have done question number 1 and 2. Now if you see the third question, the first term of the progression is sine square, where your theta, sine square theta, where your theta is between 0 to 90 degree. The second term is sine square cos, sine square theta cos square theta. Given that the progression is geometric, find the sum to infinity. So if this is a progression, if this is GP, your first term is sine square theta. Okay, your second term is sine square theta, then cos square theta. If this is your second term, okay, now they are in GP. So GP means ratio is same. So what is your ratio? Ratio would be sine square theta cos square theta divided by sine square theta. So your R value will be cos square theta. So if your R value is cos square theta, okay, so if your R value is cos square theta, if I'm asking you, if imagine here, if your R is less than 1, okay, your R is less than 1, fine. So because they're talking about the progression geometric, find the sum to infinity. Now if R is less than 1, then the sum to infinity, sum of n terms, sum of infinite terms, sum of infinite terms is possible. Sum of infinite term is possible. Okay. Otherwise, if your R is greater than 1, then sum of infinite terms is not possible here. So you know that theta value, when it comes to theta value, if it's from 0 to 90 degree. So if I talk about cos theta, cos 0 degree is 1, and cos 0 degree is 1, cos 0 degree is 1, and the cos 90 degree is 0. So you can understand, if your theta is between 0 to 1, if your theta is between 0 to 90 degree, then the cos theta will be between 0 to 1. 0 to 1 means your R is less than 1. Can you understand? Okay, since the since your theta is between, you can write, since theta is between 0 to 90 degree, so so the cos theta value, that will be greater than 0, and this cos theta value will be less than 1. Okay, because cos 90 degrees 0, cos 0 degrees 1. So you can understand here your ratio cos square theta will be between 0 to 1 only. So if your cos theta is between 0 to 1, so then if your cos theta is from 0 to 1, so your cos square theta will be also between 0 to 1. Okay, then your cos square theta is also between 0 to 1. It means your R is less than 1. It means R, common ratio, R which is a common ratio, R which is equal to cos square theta is less than 1. So if r is cos square theta is less than 1, so then the sum of infinite terms, here n is infinity, that will be a divided by 1 minus r. I can apply that formula. So the sum of infinite terms, when your ratio is less than 1, this is the formula. Your a, what was your a? Your a was sine square theta, right? Your a was sine square theta. Your a was sine square theta. And what is your r? R was cos square theta. So what is the sum of infinite term? The sum of infinite term, that was sine square theta divided by 1 minus cos square theta. 1 minus cos square theta is again sine square theta. So the sum of infinite term will be equal to 1. Okay, now the second part of the question is that find the common difference in the progression. Find the common difference of the progression in the term of sine theta. So in the term of sine theta, if I have to find the common difference, okay, so the first term was sine square theta, right? And the second term is sine square theta, cos square theta. Now, in the second case, they have mentioned this progression is AP, right? In the second scenario, they have given the progression is AP. Now it is given instead the progression is arithmetic. So you need to find the common difference. So if this is in arithmetic, if this is in AP, okay, so what would be your common difference? So how we find the common difference? We follow the formula. Common difference formula is second term minus first term. So the second term minus the first term. Okay. If they are in AP, I need to find this in the term of sine theta. So the difference second term is sine square theta, cos square theta minus the first term. First term is sine square theta. So your common difference, if I take sine square theta common, then this is cos square theta minus 1. Okay. So you should know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, right? Okay. So what I can do, I can write in place of cos square theta, I can write in place of cos square theta, I can write 1 minus sine square theta. Correct, everyone? So here the common difference, sine square theta, and then in place of cos square theta, I can write 1 minus sine square theta minus 1. So your common difference will be sine square theta. This will be 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1. This will get cancelled. This is minus sine square theta. So your common difference will be minus sine to the power 4 theta. So that will be your common difference. Clear? So the what was the question for you? Question for you is that now it is now given that instead the progression is arithmetic, find the common difference of the progression in the term of sine theta. So in the term of sine theta, what is your common difference? That is minus sine to the power 4 theta. So I hope you understood. So here I have solved all the questions. Okay, so we did important questions on series. So I hope you understood, and this will be helpful for your exams. Those who are preparing for Cambridge, for them this would be important if they want to prepare for this chapter series. So I hope you understood what all I have done in this class. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye, everyone.